Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing some Selesnya humans. We're right outside of Mythic. We're going to be trying to get in there today, so we'll see by the end of this video whether I'm there or way farther away. You never really know. Or maybe I left you out to dry. Maybe I got right there to hitting Mythic and I didn't play the last game just to spite you. Who knows? But outside of that, if this is all you see and you click off, I hope you have a wonderful holiday wherever you are. I hope you have a nice time leading into the next new year. So outside of that, let's just get into the games. All right, my opponent goes first. Nothing like starting the game off by being, or the day off by being on the draw. I'll have to play my land first, Brick. How that works. I think it mono white hive, so tokens I have to imagine. Or just maybe infect in general. Can hopefully get this initiate to the point that it can blow up this hive or even blow up some of these might tokens technically. We'll see. Okay, guardian, sure. Yep, that's kind of a problem. Like on one hand, I would definitely want to get Adeline like trigger, but there's really no point because then we lose all the value anyway, so we can just wait a turn. I don't have anything they can really do here. They're gonna keep getting stopped from the rest of the game on with this guardian pretty much, which is to some extent annoying. Lay down arms on a Thalia, sure. Not big enough to get to Adeline, which implies they don't have another land to play. Well, well, well. What's the problem there? Next turn. Ooh, you have a double? Well, now you can attack just a scry if you'd like. No? Okay. That's fine with me. This one's going to have to come in named Angel, however. We'll use it as a colorless right now. We're going to play this Brutal Cathar. We're going to get this Guardian out of the way. Then we're going to play a Hopeful Initiate, get this Adeline down, or not this Adeline, get this Adeline to attack, hit our opponent, which it'll go all the way up to there'll be 4 total creatures plus the 1/1, so we hit them for 5, and now they're going to take another one, and then they only have mites to defend. And they miss the land, so their next drop, who knows what it'll be. Okay, wanna go first. I love being on the draw. First time viewing, you'll understand if you watched the recent Night Dino, where I played a lot of games on the draw, and playing an aggro deck now just tends to be layering up on that pattern. All right, well, Vanguard's gone. You didn't even let me declare an attacker first. Come on. Sometimes there you'll actually see like these type of decks remove the recruitment officer first if they have like an extra removal spell to get the Vanguard down so they don't lose any life, but you know, can't win them all. This one is normally supposed to be on Angel here, but with the threat of a Gix and potentially other creatures. I'll have a green and a white for, no. Name Angel here. Do I play Adeline or do I play the creature that could trade it off, or do I just Brutal Cathar it? And I think Brutal Cathar makes a lot of sense. You out of the way and let's just keep the pressure up, I guess. The only thing that really hurts is Brotherhood in Deep Cavern Bat. Probably gonna have to take a copy of Adeline, which doesn't feel necessarily great. I guess I understand that too. Let me get this started. Attack here. No reason to trade off my creature now until it threatens lethal, in my opinion. And then now we'll play this. Other permanents you control have hexproof. You may cast angel spells, human spells from the top. Just get kind of in there. So the Brotherhood in doesn't actually affect us as much as it could have. We'll draw. It's fine. We should be able to outpace this. Did I end up naming Angel? I did. So this one I would like on human. We're going to play this. And by no stretch of the imagination, our Adeline is 100% getting in. Because if they want to trade off like slowly here and just keep losing a lot of life, like now we're threatening lethal. And everything has hexproof, so Sigarda has to be the answer. Appraiser, they take one. Blood Tithe Harvester. Yes, good on one hand. Another land. Pass it up. Sure. Let us go ahead and play a Warden off the top. Hopeful Initiate off the top. A Recruitment Officer off the top. Oh my, it's just a combo deck. Somebody help him. Somebody help him. Take a little bit more damage. Somebody help this team, you know? Yeah, now I'm going to combat for sure. Attack here, and again, I think overall aggression, maybe that's a little too aggressive. I can set up a way better attack next turn. Then we lose what here? Our Adeline to maybe a double block, a shielded block. I mean, it definitely has to be blocked. So we're getting something off the board. And then Sigarda's probably got to be blocked. Yeah. You could argue even Brutal Cathar we block with, or attack with. And yeah, they can block it and get their Gix back, but I don't imagine there's a lot of scenarios in which they're able to even draw cards with it. Oh, I guess they could because they have a shielded in play, right? Oh, I was like, what did this attack from? And I was like, oh yeah, Adeline. So both of those are definitely gone. We have another Adeline in hand, so that's kind of why we were a little aggressive with it. Let's just do Warden here because we can basically set it up to have flying next turn. Don't really want to block with that. Hopeful Initiate can actually go. We can look for better, I guess. Then has hexproof, so again, I think setting this up to get flying is actually better. Because now they'll have two of these they have to deal with, and they'll both be 4 power. Here comes an Appraiser. They're looking for like a go for the throat. Or I mean, not necessarily a great card to hit. Where'd it go? Oh, they got to be reveal hand. They take Adeline. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Take my draw. In. Now we finally dig to kind of a card that we want to see, Brutal Cathar. Take out the bat. I mean, we have like probably lethal. I just don't know what's in their hand, so I'm just going overboard if I can. You know, gotta do the Sigarda fans proud, you know, because look at this. Look at his board. Sigarda, for the first time that I've ever played this card, is actually completely taken over and warped this game heavily into our favor. Go first. Hey, be on the play. Let's go. The new era breaking on the dawn of arena. Card. They're sick. Disappointing. I say attack. I'll trade it. Think I'm scared? Never been scared a day in my life. Yeah. They're not trading because they don't want to play passive. They're not trading because they want to attack. No, thank you. Okay. Sure. Threatening pretty much the same back, if not better. A race you want, it's a race you'll get. We missed land, which does kind of suck to an extent, because obviously getting the Sigarda would be really nice. But our hand's curving out really well. I mean, once again, no. Sure. Uh-huh. Alright, played a land, so that's not really doing a lot. We missed land, but now we'll actually get to set a creature, play a decently sized creature that we're perfectly fine trading off. There's big bonks on the back end. Because again, this is enough, and if they hold a creature back and we draw a land, Brutal Cathar is great. Alright. King Kong, what do you have for me? Dahlia is putting in a ton of work against the lower to the ground aggro deck. You can tell with like Sizer, I mean, Ancestral Anger costing 2 mana never feels great. An additional one. I mean, they're only out as like double strike or something, so we're definitely tucking up the block here. Monster Trades is a good pick as well. Can be enough anyway. We're gonna come in and swing for lethal. Big difference in that matchup of whoever was on the play or draw, and we happen to be on the play, even though we don't hit near as much mana as them. Thalia basically takes these type of decks that want to rely on playing a lot of one drops, like decides to draw in Monster Rage and playing these over and over again. It just taxes them pretty much out of the game. Oh boy. Opponent goes first. I mean, like, all right, I think it's reasonable. We just need to hit a land on a red. Why wouldn't it be? I'm a better archetype villain than mono red. Then we'll play Initiate. Now we could obviously double down on these, but neither of these are legendary, so Plaza won't actually be able to tap for a white mana for either. And Felden's just gonna have to hit us for a really long time, huh? We are probably the best matchup for a Felden overall. Well, let's just get a Thalia down. I don't know if you'll block at any point here, but you might. Then Vanguard will be enough to kind of take out. Oh yeah. See, this is what I hate about mono red. Like, what a whack attack. You know what I'm saying? Like, this attack makes no sense. Why are you attacking with your commander for free? But they just don't care because they don't have to think. I mean, the best case scenario is probably just play this Adeline. Can maybe turn the game around in our favor. I guess Dahlia's probably not blocking either of these two, so I'll have Thalia attack. They can try to grow the Adeline. Adeline will jump in front of a Felden if it can. Imagine Godric's probably not the answer we'll be able to jump in front of. Again, just attack with it all. Just don't blink. Who cares? I think we have to take this block. Which Stalker Frenzy, what a rip. If they even take it. So in the next turn, yeah. So they grab a Monster Rage. It's just not gonna be enough, right? I'm gonna fall short, which is probably the most frustrating part. Vanguard. This. Maybe it'll get there. I have no idea. Who would have thought? Good one, mono red. Man, maybe if you would have just, I don't know, still had a Kamano held back that just died for no reason. I mean, yeah. Yeah, fine with this. We can do some cool stuff here, maybe, if we want. Depending, especially matchup dependent. You can probably play this, and then... Oh, white mana definitely feels a lot more intuitive to do so. It means you control have this. We're going to commit more to the board, so we'll take 2 off here because we'll immediately gain it back next turn with this recruitment officer. Just like providing pressure overall. Blue white. Elspeth Smite is probably what we're gonna end up seeing here, I would imagine. Play a Thalia, tax it out. Let's put in with a Cavern. So, regardless, now we're turning up the heat. I don't care if they smite a creature. We just have to be aggressive. Will probably be our board state just overall in general, regardless what they do. Okay, maybe not. This will be our board state overall in general. Definitely committing this, and it's coming in off of a Cavern. They get lost my Thalia, so we'll float a white here, get a Vanguard in, play a Malira. Now we'll attack. And on one hand, like, populates the thing, but realistically, we're going to sack this and give something protection. Wow, barely even have the white mana regardless. Exile another target creature or artifact when it hits graveyard. Could it be? Probably just be the Vanguard. You Vanguard's there. Real Cathar is probably not going to have value anywhere else. We'll attack here. You could argue maybe we're supposed to activate a map, but we are threatening lethal right now. Never mind. No, we're not. Not threatening anything. Look at this mana base. Look at this blue-white player's mana base right now. It looks so messed up. They go to March. They have an island left. Here's a reverse stick it. Trying to throw something on there. We rip a land. We'll throw this up as well. It's not the time to flood, really. Also, that doesn't really help us close, I think. Play land. We'll play out another one. We now have access to Sunfall regardless, but we want to play the Thicket over the Plains. Obviously, the Plains could come in untapped or whatever, but we want to have as much mana for the guard as possible. Play this. Rats over threats. Welp. Celestis. It'll stay daytime. You have an answer for Sigarda. Get lost, sure. No surprise there. Hey, Brutal Cathar. Activate. Keep. Might as well just keep doing this. Yep. Take pretty much any creature off the top here. That works out great as long as they keep it daytime. Because if it goes to nighttime, we can't get that out of the way and they get a free block off of it. So they keep it daytime. All right. What did you find? They have 5 mana. They activate tonight, gain a light. Oh no. They only cast 1 spell, correct? Yeah. That's tough. That is tough, for sure. A map, I guess. One spell, we attack. Of course, they have to block. We just play a Kellen out. Activate here on Kellen. If it's because their lands on the top, we want them gone. I think we can find better than Initiate. I mean, I would argue that that's better. That was kind of board wiper, nothing so far. Be wrong in that assumption. They're at 5. Nighttime, so board wipe not possible, but whatever is. Wandering Emperor is possible. I mean, regardless, throwing in this Adeline uncounterably. Oh no, opponent, pay attention to your manas. I mean, you have the Celestis to get you covered, but we end up grinding that game out. It's very sweet. One goes first. Our hand curves well, I think. Give it a try. We take a Maul, which is even better for us. Get off the Thicket, play the Initiate. Depending on matchup, maybe Callan comes in next. Oh no, it's just, we are just aggro central. I see. Either try to get under a Sunfall or set up to where a Sunfall doesn't affect us too much. Deadline Binding's off. Oh, never mind. What on earth are we playing? Opponent, I would like to offer a trade. No? Okay, that makes sense. Play Thalia. Thalia's going to make the Storm Chaser Drake a little bit awkward because now they're not going to be able to just turbo target it, where they just target with everything and anything. There's an attack with it. So shore up seems possible. You can figure out that information if we really want to. But throw up an Adeline. Make the move to combat. Shore up seems the most likely here, and that is annoying. But I don't think it gives it indestructible, so I could be wrong. Regardless, blocking either of these two doesn't seem great. Oh, no. It was just an attack, let the gates open. Okay. Criminal Augury. Sure. Gonna have to find an answer to this Adeline, of course. And then as soon as, if they do anything here, or next turn to do anything, and that Storm Chaser Drake is available, we will Brutal Cathar it. Okay, if that Storm Chaser Drake's available. Stop it! What is happening? They've played them all, team. They played them all. They played all the Drakes. But yeah, we are. I mean, they're tapped out. We're coming in. Gates open. They're swinging. It's all trades downhill for them, all upside for us. Best block, maybe it's double blocking the Adeline, but I don't think that necessarily matters too much because then our board state's too high. Unless, of course, they have a board wipe. Which, you never know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. We have creatures to fill up the board regardless. That's maybe why Brutal Cathar, like, you could argue, well, don't really play the Brutal Cathar, just play like a little bit more of a committal creature to the board. See what happens. Go first. It's trying to let us. Seen this one for the first time. We have an Adeline, we have a Kellen. Take kind of like a turn here. Let's play this. Let us do this. Gives us a turn 1 play. To a turn 2 play. Maybe. On a red, it seems. A human like Helen. It's all squared up. We'll get hit with a play with fire. Don't do it. No? Nothing? Okay. Actually, oh, it's gruel. Oh, no. Wait. It's actually bad for us. To an extent. Picnic runner is good. Those type of things. I mean, I couldn't name it better than that. So these are always the hard parts, right? It's like, do I play an Adeline to get it established, which actually weirdly kind of does nothing, or do I play a Brutal Cathar and make it awkward, or do I play a Thalia plus an Initiate and make it incredibly awkward? But because, like, what's the odds that I'm really down and out if I play a Thalia? And Brutal Cathar, if it gets removed, like, also just feels bad. I'm going to play a Thalia first and a Hopeful Initiate. I'm gonna attack. And there's a Vanguard, which is sweet. That means our pressure on the back end is going to be incredibly high. Just kind of go all out or bust. There's not really a block here with 2 mana. If they don't play a land or something that I'm really giving any merit to, I'll let it all hit. Because then we'll Brutal Cathar it after, and then they're forced to remove. So that's like, again, this is 8 damage here. Because now it has double strike. So Thalia doesn't really work. Well, are we even opposed to that, though, I guess? Like, is Thalia trading this off the worst? Well, it has trample, so... Oh, well, only 2 will hit, right? Because the other damage won't come through. So if we can escape this with just 2 damage, I think we take that, right? Then that gives us all the time in the world to set up this Adeline. Yeah, sure, you draw a card. But do you have a 1-mana creature to play? If so, I'll just Brutal Cathar it, I guess. No, they don't. Alright. Well, you thought maybe Copper Vanguard was worst case scenario, but it's not. It is Adeline. And all these are happening now. The pressure is at an all-time high. Kellen, okay. An okay draw off the top. Off the other Kellen. That's why I love this card so much. I love cards that kind of help. Like, if you're going to be an aggressive strategy to begin with, I love cards that kind of reward you for doing it. This rewards you for attacking. Especially in a deck like this. The only hits are the angels that do not work. Now, opponent, you are in quite a spot. They play creature. They have only a red up. You can do some combat attacks. No longer only have a red up. That'll attach. And then we will probably see a swift concede when I Brutal Cathar this out of the way. And I attack and welcome to Mythic team. Just like that, we take it all the way. And we hit the rank of champions right before the holiday. So, with that said, get to the outro. Hurrah. Okay, everyone. So, we are playing a deck where our infamous Covert Go Blue, I think, failed to hit the Mythic. He did the series Mythic or Die, which is really funny to me. But we took it. We waited a couple days because I don't like to see a list and then play it immediately after. So I gave it a couple days. And I wanted to try it because I've always tried the Boros version. I've never had a Selesnya version work out well for me. Like, whenever I'm playing these Sigardas or whatnot, or other green-white, I'm just like, why am I not playing the Boros colors? We got things like Godric. We got things like a Packle, Inti. Like, all those cards just always ring more home and true to me than the Selesnya colors have for us. But with Selesnya, it allows us to stack up on the Kellens and use its side abilities you saw in our last game, and then we get to use Kaldum, Lyra, then the Sigardas, and we saw Sigarda not only take over a game, just absolutely dominate a game, and it just wasn't particularly all that close, especially. But outside of that, I don't have a whole lot to say. You know, it's holiday season for everybody. For me, Christmas is where I'm at, but I hope you have a good holiday regardless. And if you don't watch much content from here on out for the rest of the year, maybe you're working on some stuff, you know, seeing some family. And if you don't, be happy with yourself, you know. I know not everybody's fortunate. doesn't get to spend a lot of time with family, and I feel that for sure, myself especially. But regardless, I hope you all can have a happy time, find peace with yourself, and we'll just see you around in the next ones. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.